Hello and welcome to Modern Broadcast. So, week 3 of Q&A sessions. So, I don't know if we're ever going to do like an intro for this. I kind of like the no fluff and stuff, you know what I mean? A little plug at the end and your guys' questions. And that's what this is mainly about. Your guys' questions and me answering them or not answering them to the best of my ability. So, for those who haven't seen, the Analog Pocket video was last week. Also, we do have new merch on the Modern Broadcast store, modernbroadcast.tv. If you want to support the channel, it really helps me out. I don't really make a profit. I try to get those costs down. I just want Modern Broadcast out there in the world, you know? I think I get like $3 kickback. So it's a really cool way just to support the channel. So if you are interested in getting yourself a Modern Broadcast shirt or hoodie, we also have a Halloween one that I'm just going to leave up for October, and then I'm going to deactivate it after October passes. So, all right, plug aside, let's get right to the questions, shall we? Okay, so this week we had quite a few questions come in. Sean Fullerton 8161 says, Kiwi emoji, I am loving that I've got the exact same kiwi colored Game Boy in my cupboard, and seeing the Analog Pocket is just glorious, and then seeing yellow with that backlit screen takes me back. Yes, I agree completely. Playing Pokemon with that green kiwi Game Boy color, was my childhood. I loved Pokemon Red, Pokemon Yellow. That was always in my backpack that I would take to school. We would have rumors going around on the playground. This one person, I don't think I can mention names. I think that's still kind of a thing you're not supposed to do. So, but this one boy at school, was telling me that there was a way to catch Mew like way early, and catching Mew in Pallet Town, and just like as soon as you stepped out into the grass on Route 1, that a Mew would spawn. And that was fake, of course, but I kept trying, and then the missing known glitch, lovely. I think by far, my favorite Pokemon generation is Gen 2. Just kind of little food for thought there. Not food for thought. There's no thought behind that. Just a fact. Moving on. Captain Clam actually sends 2 comments here on 2 different videos, so I don't know how exactly to answer this. Let's see. Anyone know why my PC can't detect the flipper's Bluetooth? I'm running extreme firmware. So I'm hearing more and more about extreme firmware, that there is issues kind of with compatibility, and I could be entirely wrong. I don't mess with extreme firmware. I have Unleashed, so I don't know. Someone hopefully with extreme firmware can correct me, but I've been hearing more and more that extreme firmware is having compatibility issues with different apps, and the Flipper Zero, again, as I've said in every video thus far, is not an exact science. It's trial, error, and do the same steps again, and then it works. Do the same steps a third time and it doesn't work. I don't know. I'm sorry you're running into those issues. My recommendation would be to switch firmwares to Unleashed or to another one and give that a shot. The other question that they ask is, any clue as to why it doesn't want to work with my extreme firmware? It will not work with stock. Oh, it will work. I'm sorry. It will work with stock and Unleashed, but whenever I switch to Extreme and go to scan, all I see is FX, XXX, FF, blah, 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 etc. Same question, or same answer, unfortunately. Just compatibility. When we talk about butchering names, this is definitely one of those ones. Yin Fu. Oh boy, I'm just gonna have to go ahead and read it. This commenter asks or states, I like your screen. Can you share the link where I can install and set up for my computer? So that's on the Ducky script tutorial, and in the background is actually this really cool Halloween-y art that was made by Rin Zombie, who is a dear friend of mine back from school days, and actually designed Modern for me. Here we are. Yeah, so I did make that available. So that's available on modernbroadcast.tv. All you have to do is just become a member. It's completely free. You just click, join. It's a free thing. I hate paywalls. I really do. I hate DLC, stuff like that. So I just want to take the fluff and stuff out and put basically just kind of cool to to gather you all together and we can all be broadcast buddies. So yeah, join on modernbroadcast.tv, and there's some exclusive stuff that I'm going to start releasing on there, some exclusive art and things like that. So yeah. Watercool Fool says, I don't have an option to copy files to my PS Vita TV. Any advice? Oh boy. So I made this video back last year, 2023, and the Vita and the PS TV, Viva La Vida, right? I'm gonna just cover my ass right there. Viva La Vida. Great handheld. I do enjoy my Vita. I have not played my Vita in quite some time. It's sitting on the shelf collecting dust. And modding the Vita and the PS TV really are nightmares. They made it way easier in that video where you don't need to have a computer anymore. When it was trying to connect to the computer, it was just awful. Sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. You didn't know what you were going to get, and there was ways to brick the device. It was ugh. Anyways, Watercool, I'm not sure. I feel like that's a lot of what's happening in this video right now. Is I'm not sure. I'll go through the steps, respond with kind of some advice that I have with that. I'm not sure when you say you don't have an option to copy files. I have to rewatch the video. It's been a while. You do still need I think, official memory card to do the PlayStation TV. So get yourself like an 8 gig one, or just the cheapest one available, and I think that will solve your problem. But I'll double check. I'll rewatch the video. Isn't that weird? You have to like rewatch your own stuff and be like, what did I talk about in that one? Islagon says, great video. I tried this out a few months ago, but I couldn't figure out the on-screen keyboard. Once installed. Okay, comma. In case you had to type a password or something into a game, have you figured this part out? Thanks. So by default, if you installed the Ally or Ally X firmware, by default, the back button behind your left hand, that automatically brings up the keyboard, the on-screen keyboard. If you deactivated that for whatever reason, you can reactivate that by pushing the ROG button, on your right side, and then scrolling down and configuring that to do that again with that shortcut. So best of luck to you. Hopefully that works out. DZ4 Team says, enter the system informal, please. I think information is what they wanted. Please, what version is this device? So they are talking about the GameStick Lite. I will have to gather that box, and I can paste that information in. I'll put it on the screen just because I don't have that box right handy with me right now, so I'll have to do that in post. But here is that information that you're looking for. Ta-da! Okay. And there we have it. That is all the questions that came in this week. So stay tuned for next Thursday when we're going to answer more questions. Again, if you have questions, go ahead and write them in the videos, shoot me a message, and we'll get to them every Thursday, where this is my chance to respond, type back, and get back to all of you, just to kind of give back a little bit and at least try to figure out what's happening if you're having an issue with one of the videos or with your devices. So stay tuned, because next week I do have a little surprise. I do have an interview with a solo developer of this little game here. So this is Zephyr, I think is how you pronounce it. Anyways, it is a very charming, whimsical game. The developer reached out to me via email and was like, hey, I really want you to check out my game and just let me know. So I was like, yeah, that sounds good. I played it. It's very much like Wind Waker. So we'll have a video coming out of gameplay, and then we'll have another video coming out just kind of doing a little review of the game, along with an interview with Matthias, is the solo developer who's been developing for 11 years, doing everything from scratch. So very cool, very awesome. Stay tuned to check that one out. We do have another developer that reached out to review their game, and I'll be making mention of that next week. So real quick, I just wanted to make a quick mention here. If you are a fan of Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past like RPGs, you need to check out Maple Forest. This is actually a friend that is the developer, and the game was completely funded on Kickstarter in under 7 hours, and it's just been growing more and more ever since. So definitely worth checking out. I don't know if I'm allowed to hit that play button, but if you like cute foxes, you like Legend of Zelda, and some very adorable pixel art here, definitely give it a shot. Stay tuned for this Sunday, where we have our Mod Broadcast video coming out Sunday as normal. And yeah, until then, have a good one. We'll see you all Sunday. Take care.